Hello viewers, this is Novel Shah. Once again welcome you all to my Redhat Enterprise Linux tutorial. Today we are going to start our Redhat Enterprise Linux 6 version from scratch. We will learn Redhat Enterprise Linux 6 from the very beginning. So today I am going to discuss with some topics. So our first lesson will cover GNOME, gedit and Nautilus. So the first thing first, what is GNOME? GNOME is actually a graphical environment in Redhat Enterprise Linux 6. Means you can do your work in graphical mode. Sometimes the people who are actually new to Linux, they will find difficulty if they have to do everything using commands. So GNOME helps those peoples so that they can understand Linux very easily. So let's see how to create some users using GNOME, means how to create some user graphically and change their password, how to switch user, how to lock user, all those things. Okay, so the people who already have seen my previous videos, I have already a video which covered how to install Redhat Enterprise Linux 6. So after installing the Redhat Enterprise Linux 6 and login in your machine using root user, we can start using system options and go to the administration options, and then we can select users and groups options. From here we can actually add new user for our machine. So to create user, just click add user option and specify the username. For example, my first username is Apple, and then you can select the full name, password. You can specify the password. For example, I am specifying a simple password which is 123, and then confirm the password which is 123, and then just click the OK button. And then it is saying that the chosen password is too weak. Doesn't matter actually, you just click the yes option and it will create a new user for you which is Apple. Okay, once again let us create another user. Click the add user option and then specify the username. This time I am using another username which is say Mango, and then the password once again 123, confirm password 123, and then click OK. Click the yes options and that will create another user. As you can see, the user we have created got some IDs like 500, 501 and 502. The default user during the installation, which is root created, got a user ID also, okay, which is by default 1. And then after that all the users you create, that will start from 500, and between those IDs, between 2 and 499, all those IDs is actually allocated for the other types of users, system users. Okay, so we have created two new users which is Apple and Mango. Now let's see how to log off and log in with another user. To do that, just click the user option in the top side of your window, top right side of your window, and then click the quit option. Here just click the logout option, and currently you are logged out from user root, and then you can see the usernames here that you have just created. So let's log in with Apple. Click Apple and specify the password which is 123 and then log in. Then you will be logged into your desktop with the username which is Apple. Right, Now click the Apple option, and you can click the account information option to see the information about the user Apple. Okay, as you can see, the username is showing Apple, and under this there is a button called change password. From this button you can change the user password also. Okay, so click the change password option, and here specify the current password, means the current password the user have, which is 123, and click the OK option. Now you got the option to specify the new password. Well, as a normal user you cannot use a simple password like 1 2 3 4 5 6. You must have to use a complex password. Okay, so here I am using a complex password. The peoples who doesn't have idea about complex password, let me tell you guys what actually complex password means. It means the combination of letter, number, special character, all those things. Okay, and then click the OK option. Once again retype the password and then click OK. Right, so the password is having problem. Current password is 123, and the new password 4, and then retype new password. Right, so information updated, our password has been changed, and then close. Once again click the Apple username and click quit option, log out from this desktop, and once again log in with Apple user and the password that you have been changed. Login. Okay, so that is how we can change a user password. Right, now we will see how to switch between users. What does switch means? Switch means if you switch to a new user, the current user session will not be closed and you will be logged into another user desktop. Okay, so to do that, just click the username option and then click the switch user option. As you can see, the username have a green circle with a white tick, means the user is currently logged in. Okay, it is saying that currently logged in. Still you can log into another user desktop. Okay, so click another username and then type the password, click the login option. That is all. So now we are logged in, but our previous user who is Apple also logged in. Okay, so now if we just quit from Mango user and click the logout option, we will see that the lock screen, okay, of the other user which is Apple, because the user also were logged in. So to unlock the window, just specify the Apple user password and click the unlock button. Okay, once again to log out, just click the username Apple and then click quit option and then click logout option. Right, so we already have some discussion about Genome Desktop and how to create user using graphical options, how to switch user, how to change password, how to lock screen, all those things. Now we will discuss with some other topics, which is gedit. Gedit, what does gedit means? Gedit actually a text editor. Okay, it is a graphical text editor like Notepad in Windows system. So let's see about the options of gedit. You can click the other option and you can log in with your root user. Right. Once you are logged in, you can use starting gedit. In the panel, we can see an icon of note. You can also create notes from here. So all those things what you are doing graphically is actually represent the genome in Linux. You can go to the application options, and from the accessories options you can see an option which is gedit text editor. That means we can edit text, we can type text, we can save files, all those things. So click the gedit text editor option and then type whatever you want, like hello, this is introduction of Red Hat Linux 6, and then go to the file option and click the save option. Supply a name, the name of the file, like my test file, and then specify the location where the file will be saved. As we can see in the save in folder section, it is showing root, means the file will be saved in root's home folder. Okay, well, click the save option and the file has been saved. The file name is my test file. To locate the file, you can browse computer, double click computer and click the double click the file systems option, and then go to the root folder option, double click root, and then you can see a file name my test file that we have just created. Okay, so now we will see another thing, how we can save a file in a different location. So once again, open the application options, go to accessories and open the gedit text editor options. Type something like this is our desktop file, and then click the save option, and from the browse for other folders option, click here browse for other folders, and then from the left side choose the desktop option, and once again specify the name of the file, like second file for desktop, and click the save button. Now this file has been saved in our desktop. Okay, as you can see, we have a file here in desktop, right? Okay. Right. As we can see, when we click file systems, double click file systems, we can see that a new window opening. Okay, in Red Hat Linux it is called spatial mode of browsing. Okay, means whenever you open a folder, it will open in a new window. But what you can do, you can choose the browsing mode, so that every time you open another folder or another window, it will actually come to a single window. So to do that, what we can do, go to the system option, go to the preference option and click the file management option. From the file management preferences, just click the behavior tab and choose always open in browser windows. and click close. So from now on, if you double click, all those things will actually open in a single window. Look, there is no new window opening, all are opening in single window. Okay, so that is all actually about gedit, the option that we can use to create files in graphical mode. Okay, and then we will discuss with another topic which is called Nautilus. Nautilus, what does Nautilus means? Nautilus is actually similar to Windows Explorer in Microsoft Windows. Okay, so Nautilus helps us to explore our folders, right? We can browse our system by Nautilus. So in Linux, if we click the application options and if we go to system tools, we will see a option which is called file browser. Click the file browser option. So this is actually the Nautilus options. So now we can browse our system. We can go to any folder we want. For example, I can go to desktop, I can go to documents folder, I can go to videos folder, any folder I want. I can go to downloads folder, any folder I want. Okay, and also I can create folder. Let's go to the desktop folder, double click desktop and create a folder here, right click, create folder. So for example, give a name like docs. Okay, once again you can also create document if you want. Create document, go to empty file option and choose a file name like test file. Okay, and then open it with gedit, write something, say this is a test file, save it, close it. Okay, so Nautilus helps us to open our different folders, different files graphically in Linux environment. That is actually similar to Explorer, Windows Explorer in Windows system. Okay, now let me show you another thing, how we can manage remote folders. Means how we can enter a remote machine with a username and we can create folder in a remote machine, or we can copy folder from my machine to remote machine or from remote machine to my machine. So to do that, what we can do, we can go to the places option and click connect to server option. So to do that, what you have to do is specify the server name or IP address. Okay, if you do not have DNS configured in your system, the name will not actually work. You will have to use the IP address instead of name. Okay, and also we actually need to know how to configure IP address before doing this. If we do not, if we have no idea how to configure IP address, how we can go to another machine? Okay, because one machine communicates with another machine via IP address. So let me show you how to actually configure IP address. As you can see in a panel, here is an icon of network. You can click the network icon and you can see an option which is called system at 0. Click this option, system at 0. Look, when we click system at 0, we can see the icon is enabled. Okay, sometimes after configuring the machine, after install the machine, you will see that the icon with a crossed mark. Whenever you will click the icon and click the system H0 option, the icon will be enabled. So before connecting to another machine, it is important to check whether this connection is okay or not. Okay, now let us see how to configure IP address in our network card. So to do that, we can go to the application options and then from the systems options and then preference and then go to the network connections options. Here is, as you can see, the system H0. You can go to the add option, or if you previously configured an IP address, you can choose the edit option. I have actually configured IP address previously, so I can go to the edit option and from this window go to the IPv4 settings option. Well, if you use IPv6 IP address, you can go to IPv6 tab as well, but in this demonstration I am using IPv6 address. So in IPv4 settings, just click the add option and specify a IP address, for example 10.10.10.1, and then the net mask, specify the net mask. As you can see, whenever we click on the next net mask option, we can see it is showing 8 because class A default net mask is 8. The people who do not have any idea of IP addressing, you can check my previous videos in my channel, which is www.youtube.com/novelshah, and then click apply and then close. Okay, so this is how we can actually configure IP address. So to remotely log into another machine, we can use a service which is called SSH, secure shell service. And now we will see how to connect to another machine using SSH and how to copy folder from one machine to another machine. Okay, to do that, you actually need to configure another Red Hat Linux machine, or you can use another machine from your network, and also you need to make sure that the IP address settings is properly configured. After that, you can go to the system option and you can go to the places option and you can click the connect to server option. Okay, let me see the username of my another machine. I have another machine. Here I can see some username which is teacher, visitor, student, those things. Okay, so places and then click connect to server. From the service type option, choose SSH and then server address. What is the server address? Okay, let me check the server address once again. Okay, to check the IP address, we have a very simple way. You can right click on the desktop and you can click the open in terminal window, and once the open terminal window opens, you can type IP space ADD and then hit enter. So it will actually show you the IP address. So you can see the IP address is 170.16.16.100, right? And from this machine we have to specify the IP address 172.16.16.100 and then the username of that machine that you used to connect. Okay, so I have already seen some username over there. I can actually use the root as well if I want, the root user, and then click the connect option. Okay, it is asking for the password for the root user password. So supply the user password and click the connect option. Well, now you are connected. As we can see, we are connected to another machine. Just look at the title bar. It will show you that you are actually connected to another machine, and the screen over here we are seeing actually the 172.16.16.100 machines folders. Okay, and also you can see a icon, a shortcut icon in our desktop that actually connected to the remote machine. Close this window, and if you double click this icon, you will be also connected to the remote machine. So now what we can do actually everything. We can create folder over there, we can copy folder over there, we can copy files, we can copy files from this machine to that machine, all those things. Okay, so let me create a folder over there in say inside the bar folder. I am creating a folder. Right click and create folder option, click on that and type a name, say remote folder. Okay, so the folder created over there, and if you want to check from the other machine, go to the other machine, open the computer, double click, open the file system, double click on file system and go to the var folder, and you will see that we have created a folder over here which is a remote folder. Okay, now if we want to copy a file from this machine to that machine, we can do that as well. Just right click, copy, and then right click in this window and paste it. Okay, so once again go to that machine and check that the file is here. So using Nautilus, this way we can copy, move files or folders between one computer to another. So I think that is okay for today. In our next video we will discuss with some other topics of Redhat Enterprise Linux 6. Till then, you guys take very good care of yourself. Bye bye.